Hey everyone, my name is Sammy, and this video today is about O-levels replacing GCSEs. And I had a lot of people today, like everyone was talking about it, and it was a trend on Twitter, and a lot of people were getting confused. So I decided that I'd do some research and ask a few people about it, because I didn't really know much about the whole thing either. And I thought it might affect me and me doing my GCSEs, so I thought, benefit everybody, I'd just make a video on it. So far, this is what the whole thing is quite a mess. I've only managed to get a few sort of little details about everything, but what I kind of have put in my head and figured out so far is that O-levels are going to be replacing GCSEs, and this is planned for 2014. And O-levels, I guess, are kind of like GCSEs, but are more A-levels. From what I've found out so far, today it goes, you do GCSEs, BTEC, and then A-levels. And back in the day, when they used to do O-levels, it used to be CSEs and O-levels. This is kind of what I've been able to. I'm really confused quite about it myself, but I'm less confused from finding all this out. And I guess O-levels are like a GCSE, it's a harder version of a GCSE basically, but it's an easier version of an A-level. And CSEs are like in between GCSE and BTECs, and O-levels are harder than GCSEs because you have to basically have one test at the end of the year or course or whatever subject you're doing, and that's why it's harder. I guess you could take retake, so I'm not really sure if you can, but what I've been able to figure out, you can do retakes. And so it's obviously better, but it depends on how you want to take it, because CSEs, you do CSE then you use O-level, but today you do GCSE then A-level. And A-levels, I've asked a lot of people who I know who are doing A-levels, and they were like, A-levels are so hard. And A-levels GCSEs prepare you for college or A-levels, but A-levels prepare you for your future. So whether you want that's higher education, or whether that's, I don't know, you just want to go off to work, but you have the A-level to do it, then it's fine, you can just do it. But if you just do CSEs and then you go on to O-levels, then you won't have, today we have stamina to go on to that higher education and to do that higher education. But if the O-levels are going to, replace the GCSE, and the O-levels, I guess, are harder than GCSE but easier than A-levels, then people aren't going to have the stamina anymore to do the higher education. So it's just really confusing. It's like the government don't know. The government, excuse my French, fuck up education so badly. If they brought in GCSEs in the 80s. 80s was, it wasn't that long ago, but it was quite long ago. I mean, if GCSEs were so bad, or then they could have cleared it up a long ago. They didn't have to. They're doing it now in 2014, and it's just it's not gonna benefit anybody who's doing the O-levels, because if they're going to ask, or if their older siblings, for example, want to give them help on something they're doing, then they can't, because they did a GCSE, but then their younger siblings doing an O-level, and they can't help them. And the teachers have got to relearn how to teach everything in a different way for O-levels. And by abolishing GCSEs and BTECs, that costs money. But by bringing in O-levels and CSEs, that costs money. So replacing everything is just a whole bunch of money that the economy doesn't need to give out. We don't need to replace this. The damage has been done now. You can't really go back on yourself because the education's crap, basically. So yeah, O levels are different to GCSE, but kind of the same as it, and kind of the same as A levels as well. That's why it's very confusing, because you can't really compare them, but yet you can pair them really a lot. Yeah. So that's kind of my interpretation on the whole thing. But like, what kind of annoyed me is that, you know, they seem to have just doing this, so like, yeah, we're just gonna change O levels and GCSEs around. You know, it's gonna affect people. It's not gonna affect me, but it can affect me in the future, and it can affect my, if I want to go into further education, or if I want to go to work. And like, somebody who has an O level might get a job more than me, and it's stupid. It's just a whole mind FECK. It's just, oh, mind fuck. Excuse me again, but it's like they don't need to do this, and that's just the difference between them, guys. And that is my opinion on it. And I guess my information I got this from was from teachers at my school, obviously. Daily Mail, they got the leaks of it, and check out BBC News as well, because they were tweeting it, and that's how it became a trend, and that's how I thought I'd talk about it. But yeah, anyway, guys, subscribe at the top, and follow me. I'll put it in the description, and follow me on Twitter and Tumblr, and subscribe me on Facebook too, and on YouTube. And I'll be bringing another video out soon. That's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.